Viewers, replay viewers, all the viewers, welcome viewers. I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you so much for being here. If you don't know who I am, my name is Tanjanika and I discuss all things global news. And we have so much to discuss today. I can't even believe what's going on right now. And I want to catch you up on all the things that I've learned and all the things that are unfolding. So come on in. And when you come in, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things. I was trying to go live on the other page, but they took my privileges away. So it'd be like that, when when you're a truth teller and you're in the middle of suppression. This is what happens. So I'm not able to go live on my other page. So we're just gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep the momentum going. And I'll come up with another solution for that as well. So I'll be talking about that in the next few days as well. So again, when you come in, like, comment, subscribe, share, and we'll get started. So I want to first talk about something that I talked about on Wednesday. And I think it's very important that we discuss this because there were a lot of comments that, were upset or not upset, but they were like, why am I so concerned about Cuba and what's going on in Cuba? And I think all of it's connected and all of it is relevant. And I want to discuss it tonight and just reiterate what I talked about on Wednesday and why it's important to me. So we'll be discussing that. We'll also be discussing what's going on in the Middle East and what happened overnight and why it's such an issue. I really want to discuss that. And then I want to talk about, how you can prepare and how you can really position yourself, you and your family, to stay safe because these are unprecedented times. And it's not unprecedented. We have seen things like this happen before, but it's very important that you pay attention to what is happening. And I watched, oh my God, we're going to talk about that too because I watched our American news. I don't know how I got on that side of, the television station, but I watched American news and the way that they are framing this is so inaccurate and so wrong. It is insane. And I want to tell you all about it. So first, we're going to talk about Cuba and what's going on there because I just want to double back, let you guys know that Cuba failed. And I talked about that on the last live. I was like, Cuba doesn't have any running water. They don't have a way to boil their water. They're, really just waiting to die. Basically, that's what's happening in Cuba, and we are 100% responsible for that. But I want to tell y'all some things that I learned. A lot of black people was like, why are you so concerned about Cuba? Cubans are, really directly responsible for getting Trump in office. And I completely understand that. When I say I completely understand the sentiment, I will never tell a black person how they're supposed to feel on any subject because I understand the nuances of everything. Meaning, like I feel a certain type of way about, the Dominican Republic and the way they treat Haitians. I feel a real strong way about that. And so because of that, hey y'all, hey, come on in. Please like, comment, subscribe, share all those things. Can you give me your goal? I don't know, just run it up. I am chocolate. Thank you. So, I feel a way about Dominican Republic. They'll never see my money because of the way they treat Haitians, right? And so this week, certain things happen. And so people were in my comments was like, the way Cubans treat black people, you should not even be taking up for them. I completely understand their sentiments. Two things can happen at the same thing. Two things can be true at the same thing at the same time. I can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. Meaning, I found out that there is a group that is called the Cuba Lobby. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them. And the Cuba Lobby is the second largest lobbying group behind ISIL. And they are on the same type of time. And what happened was, this goes all the way back. They are located in Florida, which is one of the largest groups of people that voted for Trump to get in office, right? Completely voted against their interests. And they were, I will vote for Donald Trump. You remember that? It was a bot. Okay. And all of them are getting deported right now. So I feel zero type of way about them. But I want to distinguish the difference between them and the Cubans that are on the actual island. So the Cuba lobby is responsible for getting Trump his second term, and they're the second largest lobbying group behind ISIL. And what happened was they were founded by the Cuban elites that left Cuba. They were part of, it was a guy named, their, first of all, the Cuban elites that are in Florida, their property was stolen, or not stolen, their property was sieged and seized. Seized. Their property was seized and it was taken and it was nationalized. Like, it was given to the country basically. And so they got a chip on their shoulders. They are upset. Do you understand me? So this goes all the way back to Reagan. This is some stuff we ain't even got nothing to do with. We don't even know what's happening. And this is, all of this has basically nothing to do with us, but we're going to be impacted by it. So, okay. Um, this guy, his name is, in 1952, his name was Fulgencio Batista, and he was running for president in Cuba, but his campaign was failing. So what he ended up doing was he launched a military coup instead. Because his presidential campaign wasn't going good, he launched a military coup. In 1959, Castro came into office, and anybody that was loyal to Batista, he either, or put them in jail. So everybody that was loyal to Batista, they ran to Florida. They came to the United States, and they were pissed, right? So that was thousands of his loyalists that fled to Florida. A lot of them were doctors. They were upper echelon Cubans. And they were doctors, they were lawyers, they were business leaders, and they had a lot of property that were in Cuba. And because they had to flee, they were upset about it. So they formed the Cuban lobby. And their whole point was, in Cuba during that time, Fidel Castro, a lot of the things that were in Cuba were being ran by the United States. So it was like 80% of the Cuban utilities and 40% of their sugar production was being run by the United States. Well, Fidel Castro came in and he nationalized everything. He said, this is for the people, by the people gonna run it. So he nationalized it. Do you know, once he did that, the U.S. was so upset about this that they choked off any supplies to Cuba. And they were under the impression, this is an actual document that's been unclassified. It says, if such a policy is adopted, a line of action which, while as inconspicuous as possible, makes the greatest inroads in denying money and supplies to Cuba, to decrease monetary and real wages, to bring about hunger, desperation, and overthrow of the government. So the whole purpose of them cutting off the supplies is they wanted a revolution in Cuba, and they wanted the Cuban people to do it against their government. Sounds familiar? So it didn't work. The Cuban people was like, nah, we're not going to do that. They ended up going with whatever Fidel Castro decided to do. Well, the U.S. was upset about that. And so they have been upset ever since then. So you see the Mark Rubios, who is Cuban, going against the interest of the actual Cuban people, letting them die, letting them rot because they're upset. He's part of the elite Cubans that came, him and his family, they came here and they wanted to overthrow Cuba. So their agenda is completely different from the people in Cuba. Now, what I completely got from that is I understand that people are like, listen, them Cubans voted for this, they wanted this is what they actually get. And I completely understand your sentiments. What I'm always doing is putting Black Americans, because I'm Black, I'm a Black woman. If the situation was reversed, I would hate to have to go to the hospital and I can't get aid. I would hate for my child to starve. I would hate for, I would hate to die from diarrhea because I have cholera and I can't get the medication that I need. So I'm just looking at the retaliation of what's going to happen with all of these people and what's happening around the world. That's where my frustration comes from, my tears come from, my anger comes from. I'm like, man, we keep doing stuff acting like this ain't gonna come back on us. And I put us in those shoes and I'm like, man, if this was us, I would want someone to help us. So the people in Cuba is completely different from the Cuban people that's in Florida that voted for this. So I still feel that Cubans on the island need help. I think of Asada Shakur, how she was able to go over there and she, found refuge before she passed away. she died peacefully, free over there. Like they have come to the rescue for a lot of different countries. So for this to happen to them is insane. So I say all that to say I completely understand. I would never negate the experience of Black Americans. I would never be like, y'all shouldn't feel like that. That's not going to happen over here. What I'm saying is I get your side, but I also get how this is a genocide and it should not be happening. Also, that's just like, people coming over here from other different countries this week. Do I want to talk about that right now? That's fine. We'll talk about it. So there was a lady, a Haitian lady that got on a podcast and she was like, dirty Black Americans. I don't know if you guys saw that. That pissed me off, right? But I'm not going to lump all Haitians in with her ignorance. May she never get another Black American head to service. May she lose all her American dollars. May she never get another lash to service. May her whole business crumble. May her whole everything shut down, because you don't play with us like that. She did that in New York. She's in America talking about dirty Black Americans. Go home then. And that's always the point I'm trying to make. She's trifling, but I would never lump all Haitians in with her. Just like I won't ever lump all Cubans in with the Cubans that voted in Florida. So I just wanted to clarify that. I thought that was very important to distinguish, because I will never negate the experience of Black Americans who feel that this is what they get. So I wanted to say that this is deeper than rap. Like, we've always had our hands in everything, and that's what's happening now. You see overnight that the Americans dropped missiles on Iran. This is in the middle of peace talks. This is the second time that they have betrayed Iran's trust and bombed them. The last time was in June of 2025. They did this. They were in talks. Now, I want you to understand what the talks are. They're telling Iran that we don't think you should have any type of nuclear missiles. We don't think you should have any missiles at all. We don't think you should be able to defend yourself at all. This is not America speaking. This is Israel speaking. But Israel has America by the chokehold, right? We are held hostage. We are literally being held hostage right now. And so part of the talks for Iran was you cannot have any missiles, and the missiles cannot be able to reach Israel. That's literally the specific talks that they were having. First of all, I don't even know why we would care. That's not even our business. Let Israel and Iran discuss that, right? But no, we're involved. And part of the negotiations was like, you have to give up anything that you have now. You cannot create anything new. And the ones that you have anything new that you have to defend yourself cannot reach Israel. Insane. Absolutely insane. To be able to tell another country that is insane to me. Like, who are you to tell someone that they can't defend themselves? There's an article, it's like Article 51, where you're allowed to defend yourself. Like, countries are able to defend themselves. I say all that to say, so we did that. The Americans did that last night. And so Trump got on Truth Social. I don't even know how it's called, Truth Social, but he got on Truth Social and he was like, if the people, we're going to help you out. And if the people want to rise up against their government, now is your time. This is the only time that you get. If someone were to tell the American people to do that, it would be hell. Do you understand? If someone told the American people, we're coming over there to help y'all, to rescue y'all. This is your only chance. We're not going to put boots on the ground. We're not going to come there ourselves. But what we're going to do is we're going to set the stage and y'all got to rise up. How would we feel about that? I'll give you one better. How did we feel when we were lied to and told about 9/11? Did we not put all of our differences aside and say, oh, hell no? Ain't nobody coming over here messing with us. And that was based off of a lie. We know that now. What would we do? And so that's the situation that Iran is in. They're like, we would turn into Gaza if we just gave up all of our stuff. If we just allowed y'all to tell us we can't have anything. That's the position that they're in. And so when the bomb was dropped on them, I know, right? I know. I got to work out something else. Anyway, to drop that on them in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. in the morning while Americans are asleep on a Saturday morning when the stock market is closed. All of this is strategic. All of this is for a reason. And it's just insane what's going on. And I want you guys to know that we are being dragged into something that has absolutely nothing to do with us. This is not our fight. This is not our mission. We were not attacked first. This has nothing to do with us. They were literally in the middle of peace talks, and they were supposed to meet on Monday. So to blindside them on Saturday morning, Saturday in the middle of the night, this is not good. What they did was attack Iran, and they hit a school. It is confirmed that at least 88 little girls have been murdered. 88 little girls. And so oh my God, I was on CBS or CNN. I'm on American News. They are not telling y'all the truth of what's going on over there. And that's why I'm, stressing it. That's why I'm telling you guys from a real life perspective. I'm watching the global news. I'm telling you what's going on. They're telling you that the people of Iran they wanted this and they wanted the leadership out of there. The people of Iran are pissed. That's like us, right? We don't want Trump in office, but we are waiting to the right process in November to get him out or to, vote the way we're supposed to. We're waiting for that. That's like somebody coming over here and taking him out and like doing it for us. That's not what we want. You don't get to do that for us. We'll do this ourselves. So now the people of Iran not only are pissed that y'all came over there, y'all killed their babies. The screams, the actual screams from the mothers and the fathers, I will never not hear it. I can never unhear it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now you've created this whole group of people that can't stand us, that hate us because you just went and bombed a school. So CNN and CBS are making it seem like this is all justified. It's not, and the people are not with y'all. The people are not supporting this on the grounds of Iran. That's why they haven't. That's why they haven't. Do you understand? So I'm looking at the news. I'm like, oh, this is how they're getting y'all. They're trying to make you believe that this is justified. It's not. They're trying to make you feel like the people of Iran want this. They don't. They're trying to make you feel like this is justified. It's not. They're trying to make you feel like they didn't do anything wrong, and they did. And what happens is we go over here and we do this, and these people's children, and that creates instant enemies. They absolutely hate us. They absolutely want to harm other Americans and that's what you see. But this time, the last time they did this was in June, right? And he literally told us, he got online and he said, we obliterated their nuclear weapons. We obliterated. Now he come back this morning and says, we're going to keep this going as long as we have to. We're going to keep doing this and we're going to keep going. Did you obliterate it or didn't you? Did you do it or didn't you? Now it's coming out that he had faulty intelligence. It's just like men. It's just men are just like ruining the world. I promise you. Anyway, point I'm trying to make is they went over there, 88 babies are gone, and the first people that made a statement, Bebe, he got online and he made a statement. Mind you, he done ran. They done took him somewhere underground somewhere. So now he done started this and he's running. It's just like, this is insane. This is insane. Iran is like, last time ain't like this time. So Iran is fighting back. They have hit a U.S. naval base in Bahrain. There are mass casualties. They've hit Abu Dhabi. They've hit Riyadh. They've hit the Kuwait airport. They've hit Doha multiple times. And they said all is fair because y'all got these U.S. bases over there and we hitting U.S. back. We doing it by any means necessary. We're doing anything that we can. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so I'm minding my black business. I completely understand. When I say there is no right or wrong way to handle any of this. If you want to say something, if you don't, if you want to fight, if you don't, if you want, there is no right, because none of this is our fault. None of this is our problem. None of this, but we will be affected by it. Just, we will be affected by it. And I'm just saying, if those, they have nuclear weapons, they have missiles, long range missiles, and if it's able to get to the US in any type of way, we will be affected by it. That's the whole point of all of this, right? um Iran was left in a very impossible situation. They were left, like, they were told, you have to get rid of all of your stuff, or this, or this, or this. And Iran is like, how are we supposed to defend ourselves? We have a right to defend our people. And we see what y'all did to Gaza. So why would we put ourselves in that situation? And so now what you see all over the Middle East is Iran fighting back. What they are saying is that in the middle of this, that they have gotten Iran's leader. His name is Ali Khamenei. They say he has been assassinated. We see his housing compound. It is obliterated, like it's smithereens. They dropped something specifically on that one house, and that house is gone. So if he was in that house, he definitely has been assassinated. But that has not been confirmed. It is a complete blackout over in Iran. There's no internet, there's no cell service, there's no nothing. So we have no confirmation of this. We don't know if it's true or not. The people of Iran, they're lying to you, saying that they're gathering arms against them. People are pissed at the US for coming over there doing that in the middle of the day. And this has never happened before. So that is happening. And then the one of the professors was like, we're basically just going off vibes. We're basically just going off bad intel and vibes. And that's what's causing this situation to flare up. Everybody is denouncing this. Russia called an emergency meeting for the UN. The UN is meeting right now as I speak. So I don't have that updated information. I'll have that on Wednesday when I come back. I go live every Wednesday and every Saturday. So I will have that information then. But UN is meeting right now, and Britain, the top three is Britain, France, Germany. They have all condemned Iran. And so in the UN, the guy is speaking. He was like, how are y'all condemning us? We didn't even attack first. What are you talking about? We were in the middle of negotiations, and we were basically jumped by ISRO and the US. What are you even saying right now? So they are having a meeting. So I hopped in for a little bit, and then I had to come on live. So Russia was like, the situation must immediately be returned to the path of political and diplomatic settlement, and that's impossible. I don't know how you go from bombing to back to let's sit down and talk. What's the talking about? We ain't talking no more. You came over here and you killed 90 of our babies. Ain't no more talking. So I don't know how that's gonna work. EU Foreign Affairs, she said the latest development across the Middle East are perilous. Iran's regime has killed thousands. Its ballistic missiles and nuclear programs, along with support for terror groups, pose a serious threat to global security. And then Dubai, you can see that they have been attacked. They are trying to get the tallest building in the world. I forgot the name of it. The tallest building in the world in Dubai. They're trying to get that. So they keep doing missiles toward that building. They just hit another major building in Bahrain. Before I got on here, I saw that. So they're not playing. Iran was like, say less. I'm tired of y'all playing with us. If we gonna go out, we gonna go out swinging. You not about to come over here and take us. You not about to come over here and just occupy. I don't know what y'all think this is. That's what Iran is giving. And I don't know how we can be mad at them over any of it. I genuinely don't. I don't know how we can have any type of smoke for that type of situation, because what else was they supposed to do? Just take it? Like, not do nothing? Like, just have the missiles and not use them? I don't know what we expected. And so there are at least 300 U.S. ships in the middle of the ocean. It's our largest fleet over there since Iraq war 20 years ago that I was part of. I was part of Operation Iraqi Freedom. So 20 years ago, we did the exact same thing. Said people had weapons of mass destruction. Wasn't true. Said people, I just don't know. Like, it's a fool me once situation. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's insane. And they're doing the exact same playbook. They ain't switched it up at all. They ain't even switched it up a little bit. They saying, Iran has this, and this, and we can't. This is for our future. This is just in case. And they're taking their missiles underground so that we can't reach them, and they're out of reach. And so therefore, we have to go over there and we have to get them now. That's U.S. justification for going over there doing that to them. Um, I think it is. They said they made us believe negotiations were still happening. Again, they were supposed to come on Monday and sit back down at the table. The U.S. just made a statement, I think it was Thursday or Friday, and was like, yeah, things are going good. We just finished the negotiations and we're going back to the table on Monday. So they made them think and then jumped them. So, okay. That's what's happening. Everyone has closed their airspace. Kuwait, Qatar, um, Riyadh, everybody has closed their airspace. So there are no planes in or out. There are Americans that are trapped in all of these cities. There are bases over there. We have the largest military presence basically in the Middle East over there. We have bases in all of those places. And the bases specifically, every country, Qatar, Kuwait, all of them said they were not gonna allow their US bases to be used to attack Iran. But since Iran is attacking their bases, they're like, that might switch things up. That might change things. And so now they might allow the Americans to use those bases to launch further attacks on Iran. So it's going to only escalate the situation. This is straining relationships. Qatar and Iran had a great relationship before this, but Iran attacked Qatar. They attacked that base over there. So now they're like, they don't know how the relationship is going to continue after that. It's just a whole mess. It's just an actual mess. And again, this is not the United States war. This has nothing to do with us. This has nothing to do with us. And yet, here we are. Here we are, 10 toes down in it. I pray our next president is a woman. I pray, I pray that it's a woman. I really, really do, because this is insane. Okay, what else is happening? What else is happening? I really want y'all to understand that if this escalates and our comms go out, if we are not able to get on social media and tell what happened, I'm not able to get on my other account. If I'm not able to get on my other account, they can do this to every other account. They can do this to every cell phone service. They can do it. Like, you need a plan. You need a plan. And as somebody that's been to war, you can go days without eating. You can go days without showering. You can go days without sleeping. You can go days without communication. Roads can be blocked off. Do you have a place where you're going to meet? My family and I have decided where we're going to meet. If comms go down, this is our rally point. At a minimum, just all get together. We're going to live together. We're going to die together. Whatever it takes. So whatever your plan is, how are you going to get to your children? I remember during 9/11, as soon as we saw the second building go down, my daddy came and got us from school. What's your plan if something happens like that? Do you understand? We needed to be together. We need to at a minimum know where everyone is. Do you have a satellite phone? Is it charged up? Do you have food supplies if you're not able to go to the store and buy any? Can you live off the land? Do you know what's poisonous flowers, poisonous food? Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to purify water? Do you know how to, I hate to talk to y'all about this, but these are the things that you need to understand. All is fair in war. And if people are, in Mexico, the Mexican cartel is bodying Americans. I need you to understand, this is not just, we're not just in one place fighting. We are in Mexico, we're in Iran, we are in Venezuela. We just outside, you get a war, you get a war, you get a war. We just outside like, oh, we just got everybody. We just in everybody business. And I promise you, somebody is not going to take this lightly. I don't know if it's all of them, one of them, some of them. I don't know. But when I tell you Brazil, Korea, they just linked up. When I tell you Canada and China just linked up. When I tell you people are getting allies around the world, Russia is like, nah, we not letting Cuba fall. We not allowing that to happen. So people are choosing sides, and the majority of them are not choosing America. Do you understand what I'm saying? And what does that look like for you? What is your plan? What will y'all do? Is the question. There definitely needs to be a bag that you can grab quickly, because you're not gonna be able to take all your stuff. Like, we just accumulate things. We're so comfortable in the United States, and if something were to pop off, I'm gonna grab this and my laptop, and I need a cord to plug it. None of that. It's none of that in war. None of that. Do you understand? It's absolutely none of that. You have to be able to see at night. Night vision goggles could be helpful. Night vision, period, making sure you don't look up at the sky. If mortars and stuff are going out, don't look up at them, because that'll ruin your night vision. What else do I remember? Compass, north, south, east, west. You need to know that. You need to know, again, collecting rainwater, purifying your water, finding a way to do that, because you can live without food for a while, but you need water. That's essential and necessary. This is insane, bro. I don't even want to do this. This is insane. Okay, so I just want you to know it's currently still taking place. It's currently unfolding. Trump said that this will continue. They will not go back to peace talks. He ran out of patience. He was like, we're done talking. I'm just gonna keep it going until they surrender. And I don't think they're going to surrender. I think it really will be over their dead body. And because everybody ain't weak. Everybody ain't like, okay, I'll just do it. I don't think that's gonna happen in this situation. They have been trying to get at ISIL. They've been trying real hard, and they have gotten a couple over there. They have gotten a couple, not enough, not a lot, but I'll keep you posted on that as well. Um, what else? Yeah, I think that's about it. It also has been said that they have brought 17 members of the cartel from Mexico to the United States. Now, I thought the whole point was to get rid of immigrants. They be playing in y'all's face. But they brought 17 of them over here because they witnessed what happened on that island. And they said they have proof. They witnessed apparently a little girl being unalived on the island, and they have proof. And in exchange for asylum, they won't tell what they saw on that island. So they brought 17 cartel members over here from Mexico. So we're harboring fugitives. I can't even describe how insane this is. I love every bit of it, because it's like an immigrant is in the office, like a first lady's an immigrant, and then you're bringing over immigrants, but we're fighting immigrants, and then everything is falling to holy hell. I just love it all. I honestly do. It's such a time. Like, it's such a time. It really, really is. Um, so that happened. What else has happened? The Oman foreign minister, he said, I urge United States not to get sucked in any further. This is not your war. This is the Oman prime minister, and I agree with him. This ain't got nothing to do with this. He said neither the interests of the United States nor the cause of global peace are well served by this, and I pray for the innocent who will suffer. And that's us. Do you understand how serious is it? That is us. I believe Black people, we're so protected, we're so special. But I'm just thinking of all the innocent people around the world, and how because Americans started this, and because Americans start majority of everything, when they do retaliate, they're going to go after Americans. They're not going to care what type of American. It's just American. You're American, bop. You're American, boom. Do you understand? And so that's where my frustration comes from. My tears come from. My pain. I think of us, how innocent we are, how we don't want none of this, how we've just been lied to for at least 25, 30 years before I was born, before people were born. They just continue to lie to us. And we have to, what are you going to do if you can't go to the store and the dollar means nothing? What are you going to do if you go to the store and, and it literally is an apocalypse? Do you know how to defend yourself? Do you know how to protect yourself? Do you know how to keep your family safe? And our men are not protecting us. American men, I don't know what has happened. The food, and that's them people. They hate us. They hate everybody. They've been poisoning our food, our water, our everything. So our men are so docile. We're not fighting like we should. We're not protecting people like we should. They're not training. They're not getting it. It's just, do you understand how I'm looking at the whole entire situation? Like, this is not good. This is not good. This is just, we are God's firstborn. We are God's people. Do you hear me, Black people? I don't know who told anyone else anything else, but I don't know who sprayed it. I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, who lied to who? Who told all these lies? I didn't even know these lies were being told, that Black people aren't the chosen ones. I didn't even know people were going around thinking that they were. I had no idea. And I know that's why there's a coordinated effort to keep Black people from knowing who they truly are, from recognizing their power, their strength, their, I see that. So I just thought that was understood, but I had no idea that I had no idea that other people thought that they were more special than Black people. I did not know that. I knew that they hated us because we were special, and I knew that it was a coordinated effort to keep us down. But I didn't know that they thought they were more special than. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's the most insane. He said, I am dismayed. Active and serious negotiations have yet again been undermined because, again, they were in that the last time they bombed them in June, they were in the middle of peace talks, and then all of a sudden they just bombed them out of nowhere. So do you understand how no one can trust Americans? Do you understand how we keep putting ourselves in positions where not only do they hate us, justifiably so, they also cannot trust us. They also know for a fact that there is no reason to give up their arms because they can be overtaken. And a lot of people, Cubans are in my inbox, Venezuelans are in my inbox. They are like, you don't know what you're talking about, and the people want these regimes gone, and they want, and I'm like, do you think the United States cares about you? Do you think they're telling the truth? Holy God, like, be with all of us. Do you honestly think it would? The Americans are telling you we're hostile. What are you saying right now? What are you even talking to me about? I can literally see our government. We want our government out, but that don't mean we want people in Kuwait to come take over. We don't want, we got our own issues. We want everybody to deal with their own issues the way they see fit. So to think that our president actually cares about you and wants to see the best for you. How's Venezuela doing now? All their oil has been sold to like, what is happening? What is happening to them? Y'all are so goofy. Some of y'all are so goofy. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all are genuinely goofy. Like, y'all really think the president is doing this out the kindness of his heart? Do you honestly think that? Ask Gaza how things are going. Like, what? As they're about to build 50 plus soccer fields over there for FIFA, as they're getting ready to make it a golf course, an entire resort for the rich. Ask them how that's going and see if they want to do the same thing over in Cuba and see if they want to do the same thing in Venezuela and see if they want to do the same. I believe they want all of the Americas. Did you not see how they wanted Canada to be the 51st state? Did you not see how they want all of South America? I feel like they're inching their way. They want all of the Americas. And when I say they, I mean Israel. They want all of the Americas. That's what it's giving. And so I promise you, no, the hair, the skin, the everything. When I say that, and I get it, like the athletic ability, the most beautiful people, the smartest people. I keep telling y'all this. I get why they hate us, but because you hate us and because you keep, no good will come to you until you do right by us. Do you, everything you touch gonna crumble? This is not gonna end well. I promise you, it's not gonna end well. It's just not. And I look at anyone that partners up with them, that wants to be friends with them, I look at them side eye. I saw a post earlier today. Jonathan Majors, did y'all see he's doing another movie, and it's supposed to be the anti-woke sinners, and Ben Shapiro is producing it. And I'm looking at him like, you should crumble. Your whole career should fall. And they were saying that the reason a lot of people did not come out to defend him when he was going through his trial and all that stuff is because they knew how he was in real life. They knew him for real. And so they were adamant about like not coming out to defend him. It's like, let him fight his own battles. This is what you wanted. This is, go out on your own. So he's coming out with it. They're filming in South Carolina right now. And TMZ, who you 100% can't trust, came out and was like, yeah, we wanted him to be on the show, but his agents told him no and that he couldn't, and they don't understand media. No, they understand more than you know. They know this isn't a good idea, but he hasn't gotten any other work. And so therefore, this is his first opportunity. He could have made an AI movie. He could have, in this day and age, if you're an actor or if you're a producer or if you're in the movie industry and you haven't figured out how to utilize AI to your advantage, that's on you. That's your fault, because there are people making money. There are people doing big things with AI. They don't need a production studio. They don't need all these fancy equipment. It has leveled the playing field in such a way you have no idea. So to think you need a Ben Shapiro who is losing, one of the biggest losers in the United States. I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stress enough how they are buying their views, how they have resurrected Candace Owens' old YouTube page and got a white woman using her YouTube page to get more traction because they just cannot get views. They cannot get views. They cannot get people to come over there because no one cares about their agenda anymore. So to link up with him, that was the nail in the coffin for your career. That was the nail in the coffin for your career. And I hate to see it because I love Lovecraft Country. The Harder They Fall was the best movie I think made, and when it came out, I loved that. I was looking forward to The Harder They Fall 2. And then Regina, her son, died. And so therefore, I think that put a big halt in production because she was grieving. And then so now I don't think it's going to happen at all because, Jay-Z was in the files. And then it's a lot going on. It's so much happening. But I say this to say anyone that partners with them, interacts with them, does anything, and then for you to do an anti-woke sinners, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? So that means you had to watch Sinners and you had to decide that it was woke and that it needed to have an antithesis. They need to make one of them. Again, can't come up with anything on their own. They can't come up with anything on their own. Not original, not creative, not nothing. But they decided it was so successful. Do you think you're going to make 300 plus million at the box office with your anti-woke Sinners? I don't even know how people think anymore. That has been done. That blueprint was done. It was done so successfully. You need to come up with something else on your own. There's absolutely no way you think. And the thing is because we support our own. We love our own. We don't care how y'all feel about it. We gonna go support. We would never come out and watch nothing like that. When you said anti-woke sinners, that put a nail in the coffin for the movie. Y'all might as well wrap up production right now. No one's going to watch that. Do you understand? No one wants to watch that. So I say all this to say anyone that even associates with it, this is not good in history. This is not a good time in history for any of these things to happen and take place. What you're seeing in real time is another monumental moment. Just like 9/11 was, just like us deciding to invade Iraq, just like us deciding to kidnap the president of Venezuela, just like us deciding to go into Mexico and give them intelligence and go after. Like, we are making decisions. We definitely are making decisions. Meanwhile, the average American cannot afford their groceries. They cannot afford the gas in their gas tank. All of their car repossessions are at an astronomical high. Like, it's at a historical high. So people can't even get back and forth to work. We haven't updated our transportation infrastructure. We haven't updated anything. So we are just going off like we're the greatest military in the world. If someone figures out a way to bypass the military and get us another way, which is not hard, because there's so many sleeper cells in the United States. It's not hard at all. So if they find a way to bypass the military and get into um, our grids, our water systems, if they find a way to do any of those things, we're in more trouble than you guys actually know. Nothing is updated. Our bridges are barely hanging on by the hair on their chinny chin chin. Um, our transportation infrastructure, public transportation, any transportation. Most cities, we have to do Lyft and Uber. We're not, do you understand? So most people can't even get out if they could. So it's just a joke to me. And all of them are playing with all of our lives. 88 babies in the span of a second. Do you understand? Gone. And do you think those mothers will be on the side of the U.S.? Do you think they're gonna now all of a sudden, oh, thank you so much, US, for rescuing us? You killed our babies, but thank you so much. That's not how it works. You create vigilantes, you create people that are so upset because this happened to them. And so now they're like angry at a whole nother other reason. They probably would have been on our side. They probably would have wanted the regime to fall. They probably would have. But since you specifically targeted a school, on a happier note, I Show Speed, I watched his 2 hour, basically like a documentary of him going to Africa. And I thought that was brilliant. I thought it was really, really good. I encourage everyone to go watch it. He's so young. He's only 21 years old. He turned 21 when he was in one of the countries. And for him to travel all over Africa and to showcase all the things that he saw, all the things that he was able to experience, the food. He talked about how great the food was, how beautiful the women were, how, home he felt, how people embraced him with open arms. There were several countries in Africa that I will not go to now. I will check off my list. I have a list of countries that will never see me. Never see me. Do you understand? Because if you treat one black person like this, you'll treat us all like this. And I may your tourism crumble because you will never get a dollar out of me. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's several, and several of them showed they behind when I Show Speed was over there. I was like, okay, bet you can go look those countries up. He had a terrible time in some of those places. He's so professional. He didn't even showcase it in the documentary. He didn't even talk about it. He just talked about how good of a time. Um, Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Y'all be super safe. I'm about to get off in 10 minutes, but I just want to finish up by on a good note and say that times are wild right now, and to be living it all over again 20 years later, because I went to Iraq in my 20s. Um, I joined the military when I was 19, the Marine Corps, and so to live it all over again, but to see, something that I'm looking forward to is going to Africa and seeing what I've traveled to 13, 14 countries now, and Africa. I have never been to the continent yet, but I look forward to going over there and, really seeing what it has to offer and being amongst my people. I really, really am. So I thought that was good. He showcased the culture. Athleticism was on full display with him. the way he works out every day. He doesn't take a day off. He's a man's man. I love that about him. I love how he's so competitive. Everywhere that he went, people were trying to compete with him, and he was up for any challenge. He don't care what it was, whether it was a dance off, whether it was a backflip contest, whatever it was, he was down for whatever. He showcased men. There were so many men. I mean, it was just so refreshing to see. They were protective of their women. I'm talking about women were just handing him their babies, like here. And he would just hold the baby. He's like, whose baby is this? And they were so comfortable with him. It was just like a whole different vibe. I absolutely love that. He said it changed his life, and I 100% believe it. And I just feel like if other youth were able to travel the world, and this is how we've messed up being human so bad. Please come to Liberia, Ethiopia. I will. I love it. We've messed up being human so bad because Airbnb was such a great idea. It could have really worked where we all could just be going to other people's homes and experiencing their homes and their culture and all that stuff. But of course, greed and capitalism and all that stuff, and being able to showcase someone else's culture, their food, their language. That's what life is about. That's what being human is about. And the fact that we pay bills every month and we're stressed out and we got high blood pressure and we got, cortisol running through our body and we, dying of heart attacks, and that's not what this was. That's what we have messed it up so bad. Because what 21-year-old wouldn't want to go travel the world and see different things around the world? Who wouldn't want that? And just being to the countries that I've been to, it has changed my life. It has changed my perspective. It has changed how I interact with other humans. And it's changed how I look at my environment and, how I am around the world. You go to Jamaica, you say they're poor, but they live with the ocean as their background. You know what I'm saying? Like who's really winning and who's really losing. It changes your perspective. And I wish everyone had that opportunity, and a lot of people don't. And it's so sad to me. But I Show Speed did a great job showcasing all of the countries in Africa. The continent is more beautiful than I thought. They lie to us, make it seem like it's so poor, and they don't have anything, and it's a metropolitan. Like a lot of the cities over there were metropolitans. So I genuinely really, 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 really enjoyed it. um yeah, I want to leave it on that high note. I think that's great. I think we are in some perilous times. I want you to get a battle buddy. I want you to find somebody that's like, okay, me and you we gonna lock in, twin, and we gonna, like, I'm gonna check on you, you check on me. I'm gonna make sure your family good. And I'm gonna take up firearms training. I'm going to train. I'm gonna get in shape so that I can run, so I can build up my stamina. If anything were to happen and I need to take off, I can get away. Like, I want that for you. I want you to be safe. I want you to understand that even though it is not our fault, we will be judged for this. Even though we don't have a say in this right now, we need to do whatever we can, however we can, to minimize the situation. I want you to use your voice. I'm not the only one that should be talking about these things. If you're a veteran, especially, I want you to speak up and speak out. I want you to say whatever your opinion is about this. I want you to educate people whatever you can. Everyone has something that they can educate on, and I want you to do that in this time. We need all the I don't know everything about everything. I'm telling you what I know, but there are so many things that I've learned from other people just by listening, just by jumping in their lives, etc. So I want you to use your voice. Do you understand? Please. Please, I cannot stress that enough. We are all we got in this situation. Everyone has expertise. Like, if the grid goes down, do this. This is how you hot wire a car. This is how you do this. This is how you do. I need to know these things. And I think you do too, like, I think you do too. Um, wow. I'm in a space now. I want to know everything about everything. I want to know what happened during the Holocaust. I really, really do. I want to know the true story. I want to read banned books. I want to um I want to hear transcripts. I want to watch the videos. I want to know what happened, because what I've been told, everything we've ever been told has been a lie. I'm finding that out now, and I hate that for us. I genuinely do. And so I want to find out everything about everything now. I'm done. I'm done. And so that's my mission. And if you know anything, go on live, talk about it. Tell us everything that you know. If you're a history major, if you're a history teacher, tell us what you know for real. Do you see what I'm saying? We need your training. I genuinely believe that y'all do. I genuinely believe that y'all do. Like, I want to start doing classes, but at the same time, I'm in self preservation mode. I'm save thyself, and I know that's not the right answer. I'm just saying, like, everybody can't be trusted as well. So once I figure out a way to get a plan going and all that stuff, but you do need training, and I will help out more with that. I'm gonna go live more and talk about ways that you can protect yourself. I'll get a series together. I will do my part. I promise you, because I don't want to just talk about it. I want to be about it as well. So I got y'all. I really, really do. But with that being said, I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my weekend. I really want y'all to be safe. I want the world to wake up. I want y'all to understand this is insane what's happening. This is only the beginning. People are not going to take this lightly. And they have allies. These other countries is not just, you not just hitting them. You hitting the people around them in that surrounding area. Everyone is being affected by this. And we think because, we bullied in the past that it's going to go like it has gone before, and it's like it is. It's not like it was. So be super safe. Keep your head on a swivel. It's not the time to be spending money. It's not the time to be turning up. It's get a plan together. Get your people together. Focus. I love you. You could have been absolutely anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and I do not take that for granted. I go live every Wednesday and every Saturday, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share so that we can always be in touch, and I will see you back here on Wednesday.